Before the pedal, though, then I always put a preamp. I really like tube preamps. It doesn't have to be any particular brand, but they for bowed string instruments especially, they help in the piezo type pickup. They help boost up the signal to a level that's more easily readable by the amp that you're using. And also, actually, this kind of lightweight, cheap pedal is really designed for keyboards, which have a much hotter output than guitars or cellos. And so by having the preamp before the volume pedal, that makes the volume pedal have a more consistent change rate throughout the span of the pedal, rather than which some people complain about. I don't like volume pedals because basically it's either off or it's kind of loud, and then it's just a little louder no matter how much more you go, and that's because there's not enough of a gain on the signal coming in. Before that, the other thing that's really kind of, see, these three things, right? What I'm playing through right now are just three things, none of which are particularly glamorous. Volume pedal, basic preamp, and then the secret weapon, the magic box, the Nathan East magic box, I think he calls it. I don't know, the NE1, but I think it's referred to sometimes in promotional literature as something like the magic box. The bunny sticker doesn't come with it, that I added.
Oh, shoot. Is that the one that says you're ugly or something?
Yeah, or all sorts of different, yeah. I may be stupid, but you're fat. Right. I can learn, or something. I don't know. This is an ART, and they're very nice. They make a bunch of different styles. I like the one with the extra voicing knob, but I almost never use them. So, but it also has a nice analog VU meter, which is much nicer than just a clipping light. And as you can see, even right now with the volume pedal off, since it's before there, you can see how much. So I'm not really driving it all that much, just a little bit. But before that, then, is this Nathan East pedal, discontinued now, and but still you can pick them up on eBay and other places like that. Well, all it is a notch filter, basically, kind of a parametric EQ that just does one thing, and you adjust the depth of the Q. Anybody who's spent any time with like Pro Tool EQing knows exactly what a Q is. Not that that's the place where it originated from, but that's definitely like sort of, I think, the most common place people encounter them nowadays. Anyway, I can control sort of the how deep and how broad. Unfortunately, there's just two stages. There's sort of a shallow notch and then a deeper notch, and but then I can slide the notch up and down the frequency range of the instrument, and I can suppress the whatever frequency is sort of especially favored by the room, because a lot of times with acoustic instruments, again, it's sort of a big feedback chain, and there'll be one resonant frequency, like when you stand in a shower and you sing and you get that one note that goes, oh, and it sounds fantastic. Well, anyway, you don't want that necessarily if you're trying to play a lot of other notes and not have that one note always sort of boom out. So this helps kill that or suppress it, and it's really, really, really useful, I think, for acoustic string instruments of all types, even though I guess Mr. East is mostly an electric bass player. So I don't know. And that's probably for a totally different thing. But here you can get a sense of how different it becomes. I turn up the... that's kind of nasty, and then if I go down here, now it's killing. Frequency range that I don't really want to kill. Move it back up. I usually keep it somewhere around 1, between 1 and 3 is usually in a room. And it also depends a little bit on what kind of context what the band is like. If it's all sweet and sensitive and lovely, then you might want a slightly warmer sound. And if you're playing with 3 hard-blowing saxophonists, 2 drummers, and 4 trombones, like I was just doing for the last couple weeks, then you might want to EQ yourself up a little bit brighter if you want to be heard at all. And it won't sound necessarily so horrendously harsh in the house. It'll just be heard somewhat. And if you're not going to be heard, then I don't see the point of being there.